Surely goodness and kindness pursue me all the days of my life, and my dwelling is in the house of Yahweh for the length of my days.
Today's reading from the Old Testament, Exodus chapter 28 verse 11 to chapter 29 verse 21. The work of an engraver of stone, as engravings of a signet, you engrave the names of the sons of Israel on the 2 stones, encompassing, you make them with filigrees of gold. And you have set the 2 stones on the shoulders of the ephod, stones of memorial to the sons of Israel, and Aaron has borne their names before Yahweh, on his 2 shoulders, for a memorial. And you have made filigrees of gold. And you make them with 2 chains of pure gold as wreathed work, work of thick bands, and you have put the thick chains on the filigrees. And you have made a breastplate of judgment, the work of a designer, you make it according to the work of the ephod, you make it of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet, and twined linen. It is square, doubled, a span its length, and a span its breadth. And you have set settings of stone in it, 4 rows of stone, a row of sardius, topaz, and carbuncle is the first row. And the second row is emerald, sapphire, and diamond. And the third row is opal, agate, and amethyst. And the 4th row is beryl, and onyx, and jasper, they are embroidered with gold in their settings. And the stones are according to the names of the sons of Israel, 12 according to their names, as engravings of a signet, each with his name, they are for the 12 tribes. And you have made wreathed chains on the breastplate, the work of thick bands of pure gold. And you have made 2 rings of gold on the breastplate, and have put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. And you have put the 2 thick bands of gold on the 2 rings at the ends of the breastplate. And you put the 2 ends of the 2 thick bands on the 2 filigrees, and you have put them on the shoulders of the ephod toward the front of its face. And you have made 2 rings of gold, and have set them on the 2 ends of the breastplate, on its border, which is toward the side of the ephod within it. And you have made 2 rings of gold, and have put them on the 2 shoulders of the ephod, from beneath, in front of its face, close by its joining, above the girdle of the ephod. And they bind the breastplate by its rings to the rings of the ephod with a ribbon of blue, to be above the girdle of the ephod, and the breastplate is not loosed from the ephod. And Aaron has borne the names of the sons of Israel in the breastplate of judgment, on his heart, in his going into the holy place, for a memorial before Yahweh continually. And you have put the lights and the perfections into the breastplate of judgment, and they have been on the heart of Aaron, in his going in before Yahweh, and Aaron has borne the judgment of the sons of Israel on his heart before Yahweh continually. And you have made the upper robe of the ephod completely of blue. And the opening for his head has been in its midst, there is a border for its opening all around, the work of a weaver, and there is as the opening of a linen habergeon for it, it is not torn. And you have made on its hem pomegranates of blue, and purple, and scarlet, on its hem all around, and bells of gold in their midst all around. A bell of gold and a pomegranate and a bell of gold and a pomegranate are on the hems of the upper robe all around. And it has been on Aaron to minister in, and its sound has been heard in his coming into the holy place before Yahweh, and in his going out, and he does not die. And you have made a flower of pure gold, and have engraved engravings of a signet on it, holy to Yahweh. And you have put it on a blue ribbon, and it has been on the turban, it is toward the front of the face of the turban. And it has been on the forehead of Aaron, and Aaron has borne the iniquity of the holy things which the sons of Israel hallow, even all their holy gifts, and it has been on his forehead continually for a pleasing thing for them before Yahweh. And you have embroidered the coat of linen, and have made a turban of linen, and you make a girdle, the work of an embroiderer. And you make coats for the sons of Aaron, and you have made girdles for them, and you make caps for them, for glory and for beauty. And you have clothed your brother Aaron with them, and his sons with him, and have anointed them, and have consecrated their hand, and have sanctified them, and they have been priests to me. And make linen trousers for them to cover the naked flesh, they are from the loins even to the thighs. And they have been on Aaron and on his sons in their going into the tent of meeting, or in their drawing near to the altar to minister in the holy place, and they do not bear iniquity nor have they died, it is a continuous statute to him and to his seed after him. And this is the thing which you do to them, to hallow them, for being priests to me. Take 1 bullock, a son of the herd, and 2 rams, perfect ones. And unleavened bread, and unleavened cakes anointed with oil, you make them of fine wheat flour. And you have put them on 1 basket, and have brought them near in the basket, also the bullock and the 2 rams. And you bring Aaron and his sons near to the opening of the tent of meeting, and have bathed them with water. And you have taken the garments, and have clothed Aaron with the coat, and the upper robe of the ephod, and the breastplate, and have girded him with the girdle of the ephod. And have set the turban on his head, and have put the holy crown on the turban. And have taken the anointing oil, and have poured it on his head, and have anointed him. And you bring his sons near, and have clothed them with coats. And have girded them with a girdle, Aaron and his sons, and have bound caps on them, and the priesthood has been theirs by a continuous statute, and you have consecrated the hand of Aaron, and the hand of his sons. And have brought the bullock near before the tent of meeting, and Aaron has laid, his sons also, their hands on the head of the bullock. And you have slaughtered the bullock before Yahweh, at the opening of the tent of meeting. And have taken of the blood of the bullock, and have put it on the horns of the altar with your finger, and you pour out all the blood at the foundation of the altar. And you have taken all the fat which is covering the innards, and the redundance on the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat which is on them, and have made incense on the altar. And the flesh of the bullock, and his skin, and his dung, you burn with fire at the outside of the camp, it is a sin offering. And you take the first ram, and Aaron and his sons have laid their hands on the head of the ram. And you have slaughtered the ram, and have taken its blood, and have sprinkled it around the altar. And you cut the ram into its pieces, and have washed its innards, and its legs, and have put them on its pieces, and on its head. And you have made incense with the whole ram on the altar. It is a burnt offering to Yahweh, a refreshing fragrance, it is a fire offering to Yahweh. And you have taken the second ram, and Aaron has laid, his sons also, their hands on the head of the ram. And you have slaughtered the ram, and have taken of its blood, and have put it on the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and on the tip of the right ear of his sons, and on the thumb of their right hand, and on the great toe of their right foot, and have sprinkled the blood around the altar. And you have taken of the blood which is on the altar, and of the anointing oil, and have sprinkled it on Aaron, and on his garments, and on his sons, and on the garments of his sons with him, and he has been hallowed, he and his garments, and his sons, and the garments of his sons with him. Today's reading from the New Testament, Matthew chapter 27 verse 23 to verse 44. And the governor said, Why, what evil did he do? And they were crying out the more, saying, Let him be crucified. And Pilate, having seen that it profits nothing, but rather a tumult is made, having taken water, he washed the hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent from the blood of this righteous one, you will see to it yourselves. And all the people answering said, His blood is on us, and on our children. Then he released Barabbas to them, and having scourged Jesus, he delivered him up that he may be crucified. Then the soldiers of the governor, having taken Jesus to the praetorium, gathered to him all the band. And having unclothed him, they put a crimson cloak around him. And having plaited him a garland out of thorns, they put it on his head, and put a reed in his right hand, and having kneeled before him, they were mocking him, saying, Hail, the King of the Jews! And having spit on him, they took the reed, and were striking on his head. And when they had mocked him, they took off the cloak from him, and put his own garments on him, and led him away to crucify him. And coming forth, they found a man, a Cyrenian, by name Simon. They impressed him that he might carry his cross. And having come to a place called Golgotha, which is called, Place of the Skull, they gave him vinegar mixed with gall to drink, and having tasted, he would not drink. And having crucified him, they divided his garments, casting a lot, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, They divided my garments to themselves, and they cast a lot over my clothing. And sitting down, they were watching him there. And they put up over his head his accusation written, "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews." Then 2 robbers are crucified with him, one on the right hand and one on the left. And those passing by kept slandering him, wagging their heads, and saying, "You that are throwing down the temple, and in 3 days building it, save yourself. If you are the Son of God, come down from the cross." And in like manner also the chief priests mocking, with the scribes and elders, said, "He saved others, he is not able to save himself. If he is King of Israel, let him come down now from the cross, and we will believe him. He has trusted on God, let him now deliver him if he wants him, because he said, 'I am the Son of God.'" With the same also the robbers, who were crucified with him, were reproaching him. Today's reading from the Psalms, chapter 23 verse 1 to verse 6. A Psalm of David. Yahweh is my shepherd, I do not lack. He causes me to lie down in pastures of tender grass, he leads me by quiet waters. He refreshes my soul, he leads me in paths of righteousness, for his name's sake. Also, when I walk in a valley of death shade, I fear no evil, for you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You arrange a table before me, in front of my adversaries, you have anointed my head with oil, my cup is full. Surely goodness and kindness pursue me, all the days of my life, and my dwelling is in the house of Yahweh, for the length of my days. Today's reading from the Proverbs, chapter 5 verse 7 to verse 8. And now, you sons, listen to me, and do not turn from sayings of my mouth. Keep your way far from off her, and do not come near to the opening of her house.
And you bring Aaron and his sons near to the opening of the tent of meeting, and have bathed them with water. I am innocent from the blood of this righteous one. You will see to it yourselves.
And now, you sons, listen to me, and keep your way far from my Mafar, and do not come near to the opening of her house.